Welcome in, everybody, to the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg, and I am being joined by the buffest nerd in the Midwest, and that's Mustache Flex. What's up, big fella?
That's accurate. I do currently have a mustache.
Yeah, and you're doing the little like curly thing to the sides of it too.
Oh, yeah, it just makes me, every time I have it, I'm just like,
Yeah, see? My name is Flex. I lift weights, see?
yeah, I need a real small stogie now to just keep in my mouth.
Not even lit, just carried around in your mouth.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so follow us and stuff at Craft Beer Republic at FlexingBeer_ in between. So much fun to talk about today. I went on a little trip and drank my way through Austin. I can't wait to tell you about that.
I hear it's a fun city.
You know what? I'll get into it, but I really liked, this sounds so stupid, the vibe of the city. It was really
I've heard great things.
Yeah, so we'll get into that. I got some booze news, some ludicrous libation law, much more. So, as Flex would say, without further ado, please allow me to drink my Austin beer. Oh, boy, do I love my beer. I am drinking, thanks to the city of, well, they didn't hand it to me, but Meanwhile Brewing's Tender Robot. It's a hazy IPA, 6.8%. It's one of their cores, has year-round availability. They say, long story short, when they take over the world, we sure hope they're nice, and this is our olive branch, just in case. And they even say what it goes well with. Fish tacos, kimchi brined fried chicken sandwich, and tostones. It has won gold medal for a hazy IPA at the 2025 Texas Craft Brewers Cup. And they say, notes, this is on their website. I love their website. We taste pineapple, guava, and lime zest. And this is cool. They have some funky hops in here. Tahiki, which I'd never heard of before.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Yeah, Mosaic and experimental hop bio tea. Never heard of that either. And Columbus.
Okay. What a weird hop to throw in there. Like a super classic Westy hop.
Right. And then like these two hops no one's heard of before.
Oh.
It does have a 389 on Untappd, and it says 50 IBUs. I'm going to stick. Look at the head on this thing, by the way.
Is phenomenal.
It's gorgeous.
The color's great. The haze is great.
The schnoz is glorious. It is fucking a bouquet of fruit.
So you said pineapple, guava, and lime zest, huh?
Yeah. I definitely smell the pineapple and the guava. I'd say the pineapple is the strongest. I'm going to stick the old tongue jobber in there.
Stick it in.
Daddy. So good. Pillowy soft. Just clouds dancing across my tongue. I get the pineapple. I get the guava. I get the lime zest. It is so light. There is like so little discernible bitterness. I don't know how it says 50 IBUs on Untappd. I almost feel like that's wrong. And to all the people that are giving this a 389, can suck my oversized dick. There's a story behind that. I'll get to that in a second.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah. It was my favorite beer from the entire weekend.
Doesn't that make you just so mad?
Yes. This is a perfect hazy. It is light. It is cloudy and soft. It is tropical and fruity. It is fragrant. What the fuck else do you want?
Everything and more that it should be.
Yeah. It's 6.8%. It's the high end of an IPA, alcohol-wise. What else do you want out of a fucking hazy, you asshats? They did a good job canning it. It traveled well. Everybody go fuck themselves.
People suck. It's just every episode. People suck.
People suck. If I had one complaint, one minor adjustment, I could use a smidge more carbonation.
Okay.
I think this was on purpose, but to me, pinch more carbonation would make this a perfect beer. Perfect taste.
So what would you rate it?
This is solidly in the 4s. These fuck faces with an average of 389. I'd easily give this a 4.25.
Okay.
Without batting an eye. I might even go 4 or 5 if I was a little buzzy.
Okay. I like that. I like getting real high up in their 4.5s.
Like I said, the only thing I could do better, or would say they could do better, is a little more carbonation.
Like the way you talk about that beer, I immediately went to a 4 or 5.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get on there tonight and give it a 4 or 5. I haven't rated a beer Untappd in like 5 years.
I can't wait.
My review's going to be, all you motherfuckers. What is wrong with you?
I do go on Untappd when I am at the liquor store. Not even to really check out the ratings because those are so skewed.
Right.
I will, if I'm looking at a hazy, I will look to see if people had posted pictures of this beer to see if it's actually hazy or not.
Smart.
Yes.
Make sure it's a true hazy.
So that's what I will use Untappd for now.
Okay, here we go. I'm real time. I am rating this on Untappd. I'm even going to take a photo, add photo from camera. It's going to be my shitty desk.
Wow, this is happening as we speak.
Yeah. See, you can see there's my shitty photo.
That is a shitty photo.
I told you it's got a phone in the background.
You are not one for shitty photos.
No, I'm not. But I need to say, here's what I'm going to say. I'll dictate. What is wrong with all you people, comma, this is an amazing beer and deserves to be well into the 4s, period. Teach your tongues some manners.
I don't think you could have said that any better.
Oh, quick typo fix. I'm giving this a 4 or 5. I'm having it in a can. And purchase location, of course, was the actual brewery. Everybody listening at home is like, why are we still talking about this?
No, because this is a big thing for you.
This is like the first check-in in forever.
I don't think I've rated a beer in 3 years. Maybe
Check
2.
it in. There we go. Oh, I got a badge.
What else is new?
I got a couple. Oh, I got like 30 badges. You've unlocked a badge.
I don't think you can post without getting a badge.
No, I don't think so. For the can, level 10. Cheers to you, level 13. Wheel of Styles, level 17. And Land of the Free, level 81. Yeah, okay. Fuck all y'all. This is a great beer. So I went to Austin.
So good. They made you untap it.
That's how good it is.
That is amazing.
Fucking delicious.
That made my night.
So good. And the only reason we went to this brewery, so we went to Austin. It was a little Valentine's trip last weekend. And since Monday was the holiday, we took Friday, Valentine's Day off, and we had a little 4-day weekend. And do you ever watch the show on Netflix, Somebody Feed Phil?
No.
Have you heard of it?
No, I hear the name Phil and I just think of Bam Margera's fat dad.
It is not Bam's fat dad.
Okay.
Phil Rosenthal is the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay.
Producer, creator, all that stuff. Anyways, he's a huge foodie. He has a travel show where each episode he goes to another city and just goes to a few spots. And anyways, it's really well done. It's not boring like other travel food shows. And he's a funny guy. He's real personable. And we've started whenever we travel, if he's been to that city, we will watch his episode or look up where he went and try to hit at least a couple of the spots. And one of the spots he went to was Meanwhile Brewing, not because he's a huge beer connoisseur, but in Austin, they have food trucks, kind of like they have in Portland, where it's like permanent food trucks.
Okay.
Like out here, in LA, food trucks are things that move. They don't have a permanent spot.
An actual truck, right.
Right. They have these like food truck parks and lots and stuff. And a lot of breweries will have permanent food trucks. So Meanwhile had 5 permanent food trucks, barbecue, pizza, tacos, fried chicken, and ice cream. And the barbecue place is Distant Relatives. That's what it's called. And it's really good. It's black owned barbecue, and they have some like African spices that they use. Like they had this like African spiced mustard. Holy shit, it was so good. Got the barbecue. That's where he went. He went to the barbecue place. So we got that. It was, I shit you not, the best barbecue we had all weekend.
Nice.
It was so good. We also had some wing. Oh, one of the other truck, the pizza truck, had duck confit wings. Oh my God, so good. And then another truck. We went back later, and we were a little ham-skied. We were buzzy. So we got the loaded fries from the fried chicken truck. It's good.
What was that? Just like cheese and bacon? What's loaded about these?
Yeah, cheese, bacon, onions, jalapenos, I think, like pickled jalapenos.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good. And they have sidewinders. That's what they call their fries. They're like if a steak fry had sex with a curly fry.
Right. I've seen these before. Yes.
Okay. I've never seen them before. I've especially never even seen them called sidewinders. I was like, what's a sidewinder?
It's like a legit corkscrew of a French fry.
Yeah, exactly. But it's thick. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So I had those. Anyway, so we started off, we landed Friday. We went and dropped off our bags at the hotel. Immediately went to Meanwhile Brewing because we were hungry. We wanted that barbecue. Barbecue did not disappoint. The wings did not disappoint. The beer obviously did not disappoint. And like the location is super cool too. It's outside of Austin. We had to Uber, but I don't know. It's just nice. It was real like retro themes, like not in like a 70s way, but in a cool like Art Deco-y kind of way. I think you can kind of get the vibe a little bit from the can. I'm trying to.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, some real.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Real cool spot. You know, a lot of gold on green type of stuff.
Very cool can, by the way.
Yeah, super cool can. I'll get a proper photo for the gram. Not too far away was Austin Craft Beer. So we walked there, had a couple of beers.
Oh, really not far away then?
Yeah, it was about, I think it was like a 12-minute walk, like half mile kind of thing.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad. So we walked over there, had a flight and a half there. They were new. We were drinking like this beer's all right. Their Fest beer was my favorite beer. It was actually pretty good. But we were talking to the guy. His name is Chris. Super nice guy. Can't believe I remember his name. And found out they've been open for less than 6 months. And I was like, okay, this all tracks. It's only on the up and up from here. But we started talking beer. He had just moved to Austin from Wyoming, I think. And he was appreciative that we knew about beer. And I was like, how are you in the industry? And my wife is so much better than me at promoting the podcast. She goes, just tell him. And he goes, tell me what? Like, what, do you have cancer or something?
Jesus Christ.
I was like, I got a beer podcast. He goes, oh, that explains it. And so we talked beer some more, and super nice guy. And then we walked to Independence Brewing. Did not enjoy ourselves.
Oh.
It's fine. We had a flight and then promptly left.
Oh.
But we went back to Meanwhile because it was so good. And that's when we had the loaded fries.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So super good. Couldn't get enough of it. And then the next day, no beer the next day. We did a food tour. We hung out at a super cool bar that had live music and just soaked that in, had some drinks while we were watching the music. Then the day after that, Sunday, went to this place called Bangers. It's a sausage restaurant, like German sausage. Well, they had brunch. We didn't have any sausage. They had brunch. They had bacon steak, like thick ass chunks of bacon, and eggs.
Like how thick? How what are we talking?
Like an inch thick.
Oh, holy balls.
Yeah, it was thick ass bacon. So it was bacon steak and eggs, like potatoes and shit.
Is that even still considered bacon if it's that thick?
That's why they call it bacon steak. And they had what they called a manmosa. It was an entire bottle of champs with some orange juice in like a giant stein. So we had a couple of they only serve you one per person. I still have like some of the marking that you can't quite see, but some of the markings on my hand because they mark your hand when you order it. So you can only order one.
Oh my gosh.
But the food was good. It was a great hang. Everywhere has live music, which I'm all for.
I love that. That's why I love Nashville so much.
Yeah. It's super vibey with the music. So went to Bangers, had a couple manmosas, and then we walked around a little bit. Went to Zilker Brewing, which is like East 6th, if anybody's in Austin. Holy shit. More great beer. So good. Zilker. Okay. Zilker. Had a flight and some change there. Walked down the street a little bit to Lazarus Brewing. More really good beer.
Maybe that's why I've heard of them. Because I think Lazarus collabed with Three Floyds on something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm going to have to look this up now.
Okay. Yeah, Lazarus, really good. And they had food at Lazarus. So we got some snacks there. Really good stuff. We walked over, thanks to Vanessa, we then walked over to Blue Owl, and they're all sours. And the wife loves the wild fermented sours, the real sours. So we had some sours there. Good stuff. Brought some cans home. From there, we Ubered over to Fast Friends Brewing and had some flight and a half plus a pint there. Then they were closing, so we had to go. Bought some cans, which maybe I'll have on the show in a week or two. Really good fast friend. They had food. We didn't get any. We'd already eaten enough. And then went back to the hotel, closed down the hotel bar with a glass of wine and called it a day. So
nice.
Yeah. Really had some good beer in Austin. Meanwhile was my favorite, but Zilker, Lazarus, Fast Friends. If you're looking for normal beers, all great. If you're into sours, like my wife is, I love a good sour, but she's, crazy for sours. Blue Owl was a great suggestion from Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
So thanks for that. Yeah, had a great time. Ate our way through the city. And, my big dick joke earlier, my oversized dick. When we were going through security on our way to Austin, you go through the thing where you have to like put your arms up and it like circles around you and scans you.
Yeah.
So I did that as per usual. And the wife had already gone through. So she's watching the screen. She goes, I knew you were in trouble because as soon as it scanned you, there was a giant red box right over your dick.
Stop it.
And I was like, well, cannot be contained. And I get out of the little box thing. The guy's like, all right, I'm going to need to pat you down. And this has happened before. They pat me down. It's no big deal. This was like full on gropage. And he starts, and I knew it was going to be back. He starts like, all right, so I'm going to stick my hand this way and swipe this way. And he's telling me like how he's going to molest me basically. And like I shit you not, full on ball touching. Like homie touched it all and got out of that situation. The wife's like, how was that? I was like, well, he's not going to finish the job. Maybe you will later. But yeah, it was a lot. So that was the oversized dick reference earlier. So the whole weekend I just kept talking about my oversized dick because clearly it's what set off the alarms at the airport.
Well, don't have such a big dick.
What can I say? Big feet, big socks. Austin is such a cool city. I feel so stupid and like hippie-ish saying that I liked the vibes, but it just was a fun city. It was like my kind of thing where it's like live music everywhere. I love good live music. Saturday night, we hung out at this bar that had a band that was basically just taking requests.
Okay.
They called it like sing-along night. And pretty good band. The lead singer had gotten sick and blown out his voice. So he ended up sounding like AC/DC whenever he sang. Oh. It actually did a really good AC/DC / like ZZ Top impression. But other than that, he couldn't sing for shit that night. His wife was the other singer. And then like their guitarist did some singing. And but they could play just about anything. It was pretty good. So we made some requests. And like the wife requested Avril Lavigne at one point. They played Skater Boy for her. And
that's awesome.
I tried to get them to play Monkey Wrench because his voice was so screamy and shot. I was like, oh, he could do a screamy Foo Fighters song and he'd actually sound pretty good. But like when we submitted the song, it was too late in the night. And had like one more song and ended.
Drats.
Yeah. But it was good. We just hung out in the back of this huge bar and drank and listened to good music. It was good times.
Yeah, you're making me super jealous. I got to get out.
Yeah, it was fun. So yeah. Thanks to everybody who submitted some beer suggestions. Even our friends over at the Beer and Bikini podcast hit me up with some stuff, but we were on our way out of town by the time that happened, so I didn't get to. But yeah, maybe one day we'll go check it out again. So
sounds like you're gonna.
You know, it's funny
the way you talked about them food trucks. I thought you was gonna explode.
You know, it's funny. Like, so we had that barbecue on the first day. The second day we did this like food tour. It's like a walking throughout the city food tour.
Okay.
And of course, one of the stops was barbecue, and the food truck barbecue was significantly better. Not that this barbecue is bad, just that stuff from Distant Relative was so good. So good times. It was funny. We went to a couple taco spots on the tour, and one of them, he goes, I don't know, where you guys are from, to the whole group. There's like 10 of us. I don't know where you guys are from, but one of the things that are really popular here is Al Pastor tacos. Does anybody know what Al Pastor is? We just started laughing because it's like, all we do is eat Al Pastor tacos.
Right. Yeah. You talk about that all the time.
Yeah. By the way, our taco guy, still better.
Your taco guy. God dang it.
Got to give him a call. I need some good tacos.
What does a good taco guy charge?
I don't know what he charges these days. Like he does it per head. I think it's like $8 a head or something like that.
Oh boy.
But there's always leftovers.
Right.
And the leftovers are the best because he'll say, bring out some Tupperware or whatever. He'll load up your Tupperware, put it in the fridge. Next morning, throw that shit down with some eggs. Food boner.
Man.
Airport size food boner.
I am hungry as shit now.
If we can
makes me wish this was a taco podcast.
Not a taco show. Look at the lacing on this carne asada.
Unfortunately, not a taco show.
If we can get you to come out here, we'll get the taco guy. You got to have the taco guy.
The taco guy.
Yeah. Don't know where we're going to do it. But
be smuggling fucking El Pastor home in my luggage.
In your pants. Sir, the scanner went off. It's just El Pastor, I swear.
I promise you that is not my oversized dick.
It's my oversized taco. And our next trip is San Francisco. I'm in San Francisco all the time for work.
Is it like a real trip?
Yeah, just like 2 days. We're going to do a little weekend in San Francisco. You know, she grew up in that area. And I'm up there all the time for work. We never do like touristy things in San Francisco. So
I feel like you have done them a bunch before.
It's been a while. You're welcome. You know, like when I'm there for work, I'll go hit some breweries and stuff for dinner. But like I don't tourist it up. You know, we're going to ride some fucking cable cars and do that kind of shit.
Easy there, the fray.
Yeah. We got companion passes on Southwest for the first 3 months of the year. So we're trying to hit some flights.
Oh, that's legit.
Yeah. And the flight up there was like $96 plus it's half off. So, you know, $96 for 2 people.
Jeez Louise.
It's a short flight. It's like less than an hour. So slightly longer than Vegas. Vegas, when we went a few weeks ago, they wouldn't even serve us alcohol on the plane. They're like, it's too short. I was like, you guys used to serve alcohol on the plane. Like, what the fuck? San Francisco.
Wait, so what's your flight to Vegas then?
It's like 45 minutes tops.
Wow.
Super short. Up to Oakland. We usually fly into Oakland. When we go up to Oakland, it's like just shy of an hour. But
dang.
Vegas is like 42 minutes, Burbank to Vegas.
We can get to Chicago in less than a half an hour. And then when we fly to Nashville, it's only like an hour and 15 minutes.
It's not bad.
No. That's my favorite flight ever.
To Nashville?
Yes.
Just because you know you're going to Nashville?
Yeah, and it's never a bad flight. And it's, you know, you get up in the air and next thing you know, like 30 minutes later, you're already preparing for descent. And it's like, oh man, this is fucking amazing.
That's what's always so weird about going to Vegas. Like as soon as you get up, you know, it sounds like ding. All right, we are preparing for our final descent now.
I was gonna say, do they even tell you you're allowed to use your electronics?
You may now use put them away.
Put them away.
Yeah. This last time we went to, or this most recent time we went to Vegas, they did something I've never seen before. It used to be like, you could buy a beer or whatever, but they'd tell you like, hey, this is super quick flight. Have your credit card ready. Like we can't fuck around. If you're going to buy a beer, or, you know, at Southwest, you want a free Coke, whatever, but make up your mind before we get there. This time they're like, no soft drinks, no alcohol. We're coming around with water and coffee. It's like, we're going to Vegas and you're offering water and coffee.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like, fuck you guys.
Did you at least get the pretzels?
They had they're like garlic pretzels.
Yeah.
The little twists.
Yeah, I love those.
So good.
Gosh. So
or onion. They're like onion and garlic. Maui onion and garlic.
Yeah, it's some Maui onion. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. So fucking good.
Yeah. Big fan.
The wife hadn't had them before. I'd had them a bunch because of flying up north for work all the time. She hasn't flown in a while. So when we went to Vegas, I'd stand by for the best pretzels of your life. So this trip to Austin, as we're getting up, she's like, they better pass out pretzels. Don't you worry.
She would have just told the stewardess that she didn't get any pretzels. So they would bring her mine.
I was like, here you go. Oh, so funny. So anyways, moral of the story. Austin was a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Any weed drinks? You do anything?
No, nothing crazy anymore. Yeah, nothing lately. Just I've been sick.
Oh, little lingus.
So I've been a little bit of a lingus. Nothing crazy, but just a little bit to, enough to keep me from heading out.
Sure, taking it easy.
Yeah, you need that every now and then.
Yeah, makes sense.
Plus, it's been cold as shit here, man.
Yeah, what'd you say? What's like -2?
Yeah, and that was like on the high end. It's going to get to -8 tonight. Real temp, it's going to get to -8. So tomorrow it's going to feel anywhere from like -25 to -30.
I just Googled Milwaukee weather. Currently -1 degrees.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, tomorrow's high 9.
Yeah. If we're lucky.
Wow.
But with the wind chills and everything that's coming down from the west, it's gonna feel like -30, they said.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Oh, I got -5 here currently. That's what I got.
Oh, you know what? I typed in Milwaukee. You're just outside of.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not offended.
You should be.
Oh, and the low for tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. is -10. So that'll be fun going to work. Yeah.
Oh, how crazy. Google asks me to check the area. Like it knows Milwaukee's too broad. It's like, please select your area. So I selected your area. Currently -4 degrees.
Interesting.
Yeah. According to Google.
Well, I got the iPhone app. It's shitty.
Yeah.
It's like, it's always drunk.
It's always drunk. Well, don't worry. It says your low for tonight is -8. So
yeah.
Still got some ways to go.
Gonna go to bed in a hoodie and sweatpants.
Jesus. I thought it was cold in Austin. It was like in the 30s into the 40s, except for Saturday. It was so weird. Friday, 43 or something was the high. We're freezing our nuts off. Saturday, 74.
Nice.
And then Sunday, back to the 40s. So fucking weird.
And
they had a marathon.
Is that normal for them?
I don't know. They said it's not usually that cold, but it can get cold in the winter. Yeah, I don't know. They had a marathon on Sunday. Those fuckers were running out there in the 30s.
They're probably psyched about that.
I don't know. There was a couple girls walking by that just finished, and they were literally like they had the foil blanket things on, the thermal blankets, shivering. I was like, yeah, because you got all sweaty and wet, and then stopped running,
and then it's cold. Yeah.
So anywho, all right, let's find out what you're drinking over there.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world where muscles are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue, one tongue jobber. In this world, we must find out what is Flex drinking.
All right. Well, I had a little fun here. I went out and bought a 12 pack, and it was Toppling Goliath. I haven't had them in a while. But what caught my eye of this, it was a pseudo Sue 12 pack, but had 4 different hop varietals in it. You know, it had a double dry hopped. They had a Galaxy hop, a Mosaic, and a Nectaron hop pseudo Sue. Oh. So I thought, hey, how much fun would it be to get this and kind of do taste tests of, you know, the beers in a couple nights. And this was actually my favorite one, and it was the Nectaron variety.
Okay.
And according to Untappd, it was the least popular of the 4, which I thought was kind of nuts. But it still has a 4.1 collective rating on almost 5,000 check-ins.
But that confirms my previous statement of everyone's a fucking idiot.
Everyone's a fucking idiot. You're right. Because the double dry hop version of this, it has and I mean, these are 5.8% beers. You know, they're pales, hazy beers. Had a 4.31.
Wow.
And it was fine. It was fine. It was fine. For a double dry hopped pale, it was almost like it was like drinking water still. So I don't know. I don't know. People are, I don't know, hyped.
Stupid. We talked about this, I think with Brian a few weeks ago. Some breweries, oh yeah, we're talking about beer zombies. Some breweries benefit from the hype. It's like, oh, it's right. Toppling Goliath. We're going to give them an extra whatever. Beer zombies. Whoever it is. Treehouse.
And I think you are 100% accurate. But we'll dive into the beer a little bit more.
Let's see how it goes.
We could talk a little bit more about it. Untappd says that, I believe it's the same thing on the can. A well-balanced beer that is delicate in body with a mild bitterness in the finish. Ferocious aromas of peach and tangerine give a refreshing taste that is bright with just enough bite. Because there's a dinosaur on it.
Rar.
So on the nose, shit ton of that tangerine.
Nice.
Like it smells like you're drinking Tang.
Oh.
You remember Tang?
I do. I was never a fan of Tang.
I liked my grandma would buy it. It was always like a grandma house thing. So I always enjoyed going to grandma's house to drink a pitcher of Tang.
When I was a kid, it was Sunny D.
So we always bought Sunny D at home.
Okay.
So it was one of those things where my grandma would always buy certain shit and we would eat the hell out of it there because we would never have it at home. And then every now and then my mom would buy what grandma had and then we would never eat it at home.
Grandma never bought the cool stuff for us, but she did have an orange tree. So we always had fresh orange juice. And she had an apple tree and she'd make the shit out of some applesauce.
Damn, dude. That sounds legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like old-timey grandma.
My grandma didn't have any trees.
No trees for grandma.
She smoked cigarettes and dumped salt in her beer. That's
wait, what? We got to talk about the salt in the beer situation.
Yeah, it takes the head down. Yeah, that's what my grandma always said.
So she'd like sprinkle a little bit?
Pour her Miller Lite and then she'd sprinkle some salt and it would start to take the head down.
No, I've never heard this.
Yeah, it's like a Polish thing, I guess.
That's the only thing I've ever done with salt and beer is stick your schnoz in there. I will salt the coaster or napkin, and that prevents your wet glass from sticking.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Next time you're at a bar and they give you like a napkin under your beer, sprinkle a little salt on the napkin, your beer glass won't stick.
Huh. Keep that in mind.
There's a free one for all you listeners out there.
Science. So yeah, but back to the beer here.
Yeah, no salt here.
We can keep tangenting. So shit's on a tangerine. We'll warm up the
tangerine tangent.
Tongue jobby. A lot of tangerine. See if I can try and find some of that peach.
Currently searching for peach.
So the peach isn't ferocious.
Unlike a dinosaur.
It's pretty mild. The tangerine, super present. Delicate in body, I would say, is accurate. Mild bitterness as well. Refreshing taste is bright with just enough bite. I would say that's accurate. Great description. Really, except for the ferocious peach. A 410 collective here. I could buy it. You know, on a American pale here. Technically, it doesn't say hazy pale, but it is. 5.8%. I got no problem with it. It's just when you start, I don't know. Just the 4 3s and the above that, it just kind of blows my mind for something, simple. Yeah. Not mind blowing.
Right. Just solid.
Yeah. Like it's not like there's nothing wrong with it. Let's be straight there. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the beers or Toppling Goliath, but the hype, like we were talking, that comes with some certain breweries that it gives them like a couple extra points. Hey,
yeah,
they produce this or they've produced that, or I've liked this from them. So voila.
I'm telling you, it's a real thing.
Yeah. But no, this is super solid. I always like picking these guys up. It's always on a shelf.
Yeah.
By me, I don't know about you. It's always on a shelf here. So it's whenever I'm looking to not break the bank, but still get some, flavorful, good craft beer.
Sure.
Bam. Pick them up.
Another safe option, like we were talking about last week.
Yes, absolutely.
You're never going to go wrong. Yeah. For a while, to be honest, I haven't seeked out Toppling Goliath.
Sought out.
Seeked. I've been drinking. But I do remember a moment in time when I could find them at like Total Wine and stuff.
Okay.
I haven't seen them recently, but like I said, haven't looked for them. So they could be right in front of my face and I don't know it. But I'd get like a pseudo Sue or something like that. Never really saw a King Sue. I think I only got that through Tabor, but yeah.
Well, maybe keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. There you go.
Or don't go to a Total Wine because
there's that.
They totally suck.
Total Wine and crap. I think I forgot to mention this earlier, but shout out to our top listening city of last week, Chicago.
Whoa.
Yeah. What up, Midwest?
Yeah, what up? I was just going to say a little Midwest action.
Yeah. Flexy's their hero out there.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Before we get into any news, a little ludicrous libation law. It's been a minute since we've done one of these. This is out of Pennsylvania, where 6-packs are only sold by bars, cases by beer distributors, and wine and liquor at state monopoly stores. Therefore, it's impossible to buy beer and spirits at the same location. The same is true of beer and wine.
Interesting.
Yeah. Got to go to multiple spots because they got those weird fucking backwards liquor store law things.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I don't get it, man. Well, I do. It's Budweiser.
Right. We've talked about it many a times.
Yeah. Prohibition. It's really shitty, but I also find it super interesting, like how much law forming Budweiser did after Prohibition. And like all these weird distribution laws that we have now, and like the three-tiered system and all that. That's all Budweiser.
The three-tiered system it's super messed up.
Yeah. And it was an attempt to make sure like nobody else could sell as much beer as Budweiser because they were big enough to fund all of that.
Right.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Super interesting, but insane.
Great tour though. Really great tour.
Yes, they teach you about the lagering process. Oh no, wait, you teach them.
No, what was that called? The
Beechwood aging or something?
Process, yes. Thank you very much for reminding
Also,
me.
that just sounds like they went to the beach, found some wood, and dumped it in a tank.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not lagering.
No, and it just looks like you ever seen like a birch tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like bark off a birch tree.
Probably is.
I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah.
They couldn't afford the beechwood.
The beechwood aging process, which they're the only ones in the country that do or some shit.
There's a reason.
So you're just lagering these loggers?
I'm sorry, what, sir?
We're beechwood aging the beer.
You can see yourself out. Clearly you don't know what you're talking about.
No. But the tour guide, she was great.
It's good.
Great. Kind-hearted. And it was pouring fucking rain. So when you have to walk in and out of buildings and to and from here, I didn't want to be a pain in the ass. I really didn't, man.
Kind of wish you would have.
The beechwood aging process almost had me.
Yeah. Shannon's not going to let me go on this tour because she knows I'll say something.
I would love for you to go on it.
This is the Beechwood. Oh, is this where you lager things? No, sir, we Beechwood age.
Lager your lagers?
Listen, ma'am. Let me tell you how this works.
Just like when they're talking about the recipes and the steps for how they make Budweiser compared to Bud Light. I said, "Oh, any questions?" And I said, "Yes. What hops do they use?" She said, "Yes, they use a lot of hops." I said, "Oh."
I heard they recently decided to add more hops to it.
Any certain hops? Yeah, they use a lot of hops. All right.
Just the leftover ones? Or?
Just, hey, can we get in a couple truckloads of hops?
So
yeah, I don't know. Whatever they're going to give us.
Oh, makes me smile. Let's get a little news going before we get out of here.
Let's do it.
Fuck you, Budweiser. Monday Night Brew. We all remember Stone suing Molson Coors over the whole key Stone light on their beer cans. Monday Night Brewing out of Atlanta made public.
Are they suing Monday Night Raw?
Yeah. Yep. Now they have to be Tuesday Night Raw. Made public its beef with Molson Coors' Case of the Mondays Super Bowl campaign. Attorneys for the craft brewery sent a cease and desist letter alleging trademark infringement to the global brewer on January 30th. Intellectual Property Counsel for Molson Coors responded that the company will not be putting out any additional beer products in packaging with Mondays or Mondays Light on it. And this was a one-time production run as part of the month-long promotion for the Super Bowl. Molson Coors previously lost their protracted trademark infringement lawsuit with Stone that ended with a $56 million jury verdict in Stone's favor. So I love their excuse of like, well, we're not going to do it anymore, so we're good, right?
I thought that was kind of a brilliant ad campaign, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
Why? I didn't get it.
I thought it was brilliant. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays, like Office Space.
Sure, but I thought, well, nobody likes Mondays, so you're just further saying that no one likes your beer.
Oh,
That's how I took it. Like, I don't
think of it like that.
I don't want a case of the Mondays.
I thought it was kind of like a spin, like a turnaround.
Oh, maybe.
Like, oh, if you got a case of the Mondays, like, yeah.
Yeah, I just like, I will call it a case of the Mondays because it's gross.
Now things are looking up because you got beer.
All right. Well, you clearly got it and I did not.
Maybe.
Yeah, you were the demo. Smart person.
Oh, here we go.
Draft volume declined 4.6% during the Super Bowl. Just like the Kansas City Chiefs, draft beer also took a loss during the Super Bowl. Draft beer volumes declined 4.6% nationwide on Super Bowl Sunday, according to on-premise insights from Beer Board. AB's Michelob Ultra, which we talked about last week, was the number one beer on draft, up 11.9% year over year. And sibling brand Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, was number 2 on premise, but that declined 3% compared to last year, according to Beer Board. Why are so many people drinking Michelob?
Yeah, that's something I don't understand.
So gross.
My father-in-law drinks it, and he's drank it ever since I've known my wife. So we're talking 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
They came over for dinner back in December, maybe. My wife bought a 6-pack of Michelob for him.
Mm-hmm.
He drank one beer. I still have 5 Michelob Ultras in my fridge.
Well, maybe after working out, if you need to like hydrate, you could.
I refuse to drink them.
So gross.
It's just not enjoyable. I talked about
this.
Not going to waste my time.
Yeah. I talked about this forever ago. This is in fact before you were on the show. Went to a wedding out in North Carolina in Asheville. And they raved about the craft beer they're going to have at the wedding. And they did. They had it and it was really good. They had very little of it. And I did some fucking damage to those little kegs. And it tapped, I don't know, halfway into the night, if not sooner.
Yeesh.
And all the beer he had after that was Michelob Ultra. And the only spirit they had was gin. And I am not a gin drinker.
I'm a gin drinker.
So
I would have been puking my brains out at this wedding.
I drank some gin and I did some puking.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got so drunk I put myself to bed. I remember at one point during the night, it wasn't quite over, but it was starting to wrap up. And that's when it fucking hit me. And I went, oh no, if I don't get out of here, it's going to be trouble and messy.
Oof.
And we were staying on premises. So it was a large property with like little bungalows and whatnot. So I told the wife, I said, hey, I'm going back to the room. Stay out as late as you want. It is her friend. And so I went back to the room. I stripped as I walked to the bathroom. So by the time I got to the bathroom, I was just in like my
classic action,
just like undershirt and boxers. And I don't think I actually ever threw up now that I think about it. Maybe I did. I don't think I did though. And when she walked into the room, it was me laying in the bathroom with just undershirt and boxers. And she's like, what are you doing on the bathroom floor? I was like, the tile's so nice and cold.
Yep. You have no idea how many times I've walked in from a night out and right as I close the door from the garage, I'm halfway into my undershirt and my boxers. It's just, you need to just feel free, you know?
Yeah. It's
like, in case whatever happens, you just need to be loose. You need to be free. Yeah. Sans clothes.
Just like Enter Brian. And it was Asheville. It was muggy. I needed to be cooler. It was, yeah. Anyway, I don't think I threw up. Maybe I did, but I'm pretty sure I did not actually.
I don't know. Usually,
I feel like ass.
Almost every time I drink gin. Well, that's not true because I drink gin casually. When I was younger, gin was my drink of choice. And this was before I measure all my drinks now if I make them at home because I'm
smart,
mature.
Right.
When I was young, man, I would just glug, and then a little juice on top of it and playing some NHL, 2007 or some shit. And
you probably weren't drinking the highest of quality gins.
I mean, no.
Little beef eater.
Tanqueray and What was the other? New Amsterdam.
Oh,
Yeah.
classy.
Yeah, super. Nothing but the best.
Yeah, not for me. Speaking of North Carolina, a proposed bill would lower drunk driving limit to 0.05.
Okay. Could. Yeah.
I don't get it. So here's the thing. I'm not a proponent of drunk driving, but the representative from North Carolina, Mike Clampett, what a name, Clampett, said he's a former firefighter, and he said, most recently example in my county, a head-on collision with a gentleman that had a 0.31 on the scene of this head-on collision, the second head-on collision since 2017. All right. So that guy had a 0.31. By lowering the limit from 08 to 07, how are you preventing that guy from doing what he did?
Yeah. Well, I thought you said 05 they wanted to do.
Oh, yeah. 08 to 05.
But even still.
Whatever I said, know what I mean, not what I say.
Right.
I don't understand how that's going to prevent drunk drivers from prevent buzz drivers maybe a little bit from 08 to 05. But if people are 3 times, 4 times over and they're getting into accidents, changing the law is not going to affect that at all.
No, that individual has an issue.
Yeah.
That is completely separate than the law.
And there have been studies that show that lowering the ABV or BAC doesn't affect drunk driving at all.
Geez, you said 0.31. I thought you said 0.031. Good Lord.
Let's see. 0.31.
Good Lord.
Just shy of 4 times
I'm
over.
sorry. I didn't sound shocked when you said that because I thought you said something else. Good Lord.
Yeah. 4 times over.
So I'm like, wow, if he's 0.031 and they want to change it to 05, well, yeah. Like, what is that going to do?
Right. No, that's like alcohol poisoning right there.
Oh, yeah. You shouldn't be wait. You
walking.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways,
it's like comatose.
I don't agree with the 08 to 05 lowering. I don't think it's going to achieve what they hope it'll achieve. Because people who are drunk drivers are still going to be drunk drivers.
Right. Because it's the people with the problem.
Right. Either they have a drinking problem or they have a decision-making problem.
Correct.
Either way, they're not going to go like, oh, I think I'm at an 06. I better not hop in the car.
Right.
Yeah. That's not what you're preventing.
You're either going to be smart about it or you're not.
Thank you. Exactly. So we'll end it on this one real quick. Drunk driver charged in resisting arrest. And this comes out of Guam. A drunk driver on the wrong side of the road crashes into another car.
54-year-old in Guam?
1 or 2. 54-year-old Joseph Charles Connolly is charged with driving while impaired and resisting arrest as misdemeanors. Court documents state Guam police met with the driver of a Tacoma, noting the smell of alcohol. When asked if he had anything to drink, Connolly allegedly said, "Yeah, a lot."
Poof.
He refused to take a sobriety test and continued giving officers a hard time when told he was under arrest. Yeah, a lot.
It's like the guy that got arrested for this was a couple months ago. He got arrested for drunk driving here because he had open containers in his passenger seat. The cops pulled him over and he looked at him and said, "You got me." Like it was some fucking game or challenge. Like
tag.
Oh man.
You're it.
People are fucking dumb.
People are fucking dumb. And on that, we'll hit some music and get on up out of here. Don't be dumb. Follow us at Craft Beer Republic, at FlexMeBeer _in-between. Leave us a voicemail. 805-538-BEER 2337. Mail at craftbeerrepublic.com. All that good stuff. I think that's everything. I hope y'all's just came back from Texas. Are staying very well hydrated.
And I reckon on that note,
good night, everybody.